Greetings, everybody. Krusty Canuck here. Welcome to episode 8. This is what we'll be discussing today. I know I said I'd have a Q&A coming up, but for now, I'm just going to do a little rant for you. In the news today, in regards to our federal election process, we had Mr. Harjeet Sajjan and Mr. Ralph Goodale weighing in on proper election format, instigating some kind of supercomputer way of, defending Canadians' right to vote. To me, that's just a con. I don't buy it. I think basically the Liberal Party is doing nothing but flail and flail and flail to save their dying breed. What gets me is that why is the defense minister weighing in on it when he should be looking after the defense of this country? Doesn't the election process have to go through other chains? No, I don't know. Anyhow, I just think it's a con. You, the viewer, you, the taxpayer, the working class, upper middle class, or rich class or poor. I hope you guys decide what's right for the next federal election. I'm not impressed with this government. You've heard me spiel long enough about that. I'm also not impressed with the social dynamics it's promoted. All this identity politics and all this, oh me, I'm a victim, BS. No, there are no victims here. The only victims are the people that are getting screwed out of employment, people that are denied the opportunity to progress. It doesn't matter what color or creed or what gender you may think you are. Even though there's only two genders, folks, you may disagree, but I hate to tell you, the science is in. Two genders, that's it. Multiple personalities, but two genders. And all this other division that this party has done nothing but promote in this country. I grew up traditionally liberal, meaning live and let live. I don't care if the guy beside me does this, I don't care if the girl beside me does that. Live and let live. Speak your mind. You're supposed to. Now, we have a party here that has constantly divided Canadians in what they have to say and when they have to say it. It's also to a point, too, that if you have an opinion towards the immigration policy in this country, you're deemed a racist or a bigot. If you have an opinion on the status of citizens in this country, you're deemed a bigot or a xenophobe or Islamophobe and all these other trendy buzzwords out there. What I'm going to say to you, my viewers, and whoever else watches this, please, when it comes to this federal election, think about who you're voting for. Right? What's going to happen to you if this person is in charge or if that person's in charge? I don't care how you vote. That's your right. That's the right in this country, to vote with your mind, but live your life through your heart and your family and your loved ones. Okay? When I look at what the Liberal Party has done, like I've said before, so many unqualified individuals calling the shots here, pulling favors for themselves, pulling favors for their little group of friends and their little elite crowds here, when they're supposed to be representing 35 million Canadians, when they might represent just 35 people. You've heard my spiel about the Environment Minister, Climate Barbie, and her great ideas for the carbon tax to stop polluters. Okay, so I guess we're all guilty of polluting, and yet their carbon footprints are far surpassing than the average Canadians, with their flights and their trips and their expenditures to promote the whole environmental agenda. I recycle. I put my garbage away. I pay for gasoline for my vehicles. Am I a polluter? Well, if that's the case, then I guess every Canadian's a polluter too. We must pay for the sake of their ignorance. So the next federal election will prove exactly how smart the Canadian people are when we vote these clowns out. Ralph Goodale does not have the Canadian security and the safety of the Canadians in grasp. He does not. He's constantly sidestepped everything, made every excuse in the world for this individual who's done this and this individual who's done that. Everything from the Danforth shooter to the recent person that was arrested in Kingston, Ontario for making a bomb. I'll leave links at the bottom, but it'll speak for itself. Our defense minister, Harjeet Sajjan, the ex-military guy himself, the great hero, the real badass, who's constantly still sitting on his hands, about this F-18 issue. Okay? And recently I just read something about bringing our ranks up to a certain number, allowing non-citizens to serve in our military. I'll tell you this right now, that is not fair. You should either be a landed immigrant in the process of becoming a citizen, or a Canadian citizen to wear the uniform of this country. That's just the way it is, because you're representing Canada. You're not representing your identity, you're representing Canada. That's the idea of serving your country. Okay? So whether it's hearsay or not, or there's any fact to the matter, it's a matter of people understanding what's happening here. This country belongs to you, belongs to me, belongs to everybody who lives here. Everybody who wants to live here and live their lives in peace and freedom and security. This government constantly proves itself unworthy of looking after that. What happened to the responsible government? Now, I know every politician has done something stupid in the past 30 years or more. Trust me. Every scandal, every deal, every legislation passed for here and there to benefit a handful of people rather than the masses. Okay? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. Now, I know I'm quoting Star Trek, but it makes perfect sense. Okay? So, what I'm going to ask of you fellow Canadian citizens, fans all over the world if you're watching, okay, when it comes to voting, vote for the best person that you think has the best platform. I've talked to conservatives, I've talked to NDP believers, and I've talked to fellow liberals, right? But I'm more libertarian now, and I'm leaning a little bit conservative. I don't know. It's kind of different. But like I said, I grew up in a traditional liberal household where live and let live. But unfortunately, these guys are not living and let living. They're just screwing everything up. Right? They're sitting in a pipeline, a $4.5 billion pipeline that's not being built. They're constantly making excuses why they can't get along. And all these town halls that Justin and his cronies are doing is just paying lip service to people. Okay? I'd like my First Nations viewers to think about this. I'd also like all other Canadians. As far as I'm concerned, we're all Canadian here. We all live here. We all pay taxes here. We're all Canadian. Okay? Really think about what these guys are doing. Really think about these so-called educated officials. What exactly are they doing? They know what they're doing. They just don't want to listen in the secret. Right? Because we're supposed to be relying on the state. We're supposed to be relying on the word of wisdom. Yet their words of wisdom say nothing but baby shit. Really. So, to my viewers, to my fans out there, please consider. This federal election is important. Right? I'm not expecting the new fantastic leader to come up with a utopia or, a beaten path to prosperity. But we need leadership in this country that's going to care about what he or she is doing. Period. Right? We need a country that has a strong service, a strong procurement, a sensible tax rate. Okay? A country that's not going to go into debt for the sake because a handful of people in the UN say we should. What does the UN have to do with us? Nothing. Okay? Is the UN a force for good? I don't think so anymore. That's just my opinion. Leave your comments down below if need be. But I, for one, am getting really, really tired of all this verbal diarrhea that I'm seeing on the mainstream media. And a lot of us independent folk, and it doesn't matter. And I will plug True North Media. I will plug The Rebel. I'll plug Press for Truth. Frank Vaughn. All you guys out there are doing a wonderful job getting the stories out. I highly suggest that people look around and listen to other points of view and read other points of view on the subject. I'm not happy with these guys. I'm not. Right? I'm fortunate enough to have some things sorted out, but it took me 2.5 years to get it done. So let's think about a government that's going to look after its veterans, stand by the seniors when it comes to our pensions and their pensions, stand by the youth in this country that want something to do, that are willing to work for it. Note, like I said, that are willing to work for it. People that are willing to work in this country to get ahead should get ahead, rather than being taxed to death and being lied to by these Hollywood cronies who think they know what's best for us. Yet half these people have already grown up with a silver spoon in their mouth. Now they expect to have the silver spoon in their ass based on the Canadian taxpayer. No more. All right? So when it comes to our federal politics, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to beg, think about it. Who's going to do the great job? And let's base it on merit. What's their background? Can they do it? Let's ask them the hard questions. Let's put them on the spot like they should be. And no, it's not racist to love your country. It's not racist to ask questions about immigration or about our education in this country. It's not racist to ask about gender, right? Let's get rid of this parity BS. Let's get rid of this so-called diversity delusion, okay? And let's start putting people to work that want to work. Let's start electing people that want to do the job, regardless. Let's not look at their skin or the gender. Let's look at their qualifications. Let's look at how they talk to us, the people. All right? So, on that note, I've been Krusty. I hope you enjoyed. My next episode will definitely be a Q&A. Take care. All the best. Remember, humanity and merit wins the day. Bye for now.